What's going on, you guys? This be your boy Scattered by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new episode of Yes for the Mess, where we discuss celebrity gossip, hot topics, and all things reality TV based. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. It's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. TGIF, all that good stuff. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Friday. Like I said, it's so cold in the deep. Okay, that's what you need to know. But even anyway, before we get into what we're here to talk about, let's talk about what I got coming up. Now, as you guys already know, like I told you in the last video, I am out of town right now, and I normally do live reviews on SWB and Xscapes, the Queens of R&B, right after the show. Now, I don't know if I'm going to do them live right now, but more than likely I probably am, but I'm going to figure it out as time goes on. But just know that once I figure it out, you guys will be the first to know. You will know by tomorrow if I'm going to do a live review on it or not. So be on the lookout for it. And as you guys know, on Tuesday nights, we do Roast Review for SWB and Xscape, the Queens of R&B, and it features myself, T, and Josiah. This week, Josiah cannot do the show, so what we're going to do is it's going to be on my channel instead this week. So be on the lookout for that on Tuesday night. The time will vary. It depends on what time my work schedule allows me to do it. So be on the lookout for that because it definitely will be on Tuesday night, but I just don't know the time yet. But it won't be no later than 9 p.m. Eastern. Just be on the lookout for it. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into all of the mess that we're here to talk about. Now, as you guys already know, I've been putting out a lot of Xscape drama videos, of course, and you guys have been enjoying it. But you guys just have to know that we have to do this because I'm talking about things that's going on right now, things that's happened in the past, all of those things so we can get all of the information that we need to get because some of these girls in this group is telling a whole lot of inconsistent stories at this particular point. And I just have to be the one to let you guys know what the truth really is and what was really said. You know what I mean? So let's talk about it. So one of my friends and I were talking this morning, and he mentioned an old interview that Kandi did with Miss Angela Yee, where she discussed her having sex with Jermaine Dupri and how it wasn't the thing that affected the group at all. So, some of the girls in the group, mainly LaTocha, and at some point Tamika, have been the ones to say that the group broke up because Kandi was sleeping with Jermaine Dupri. And in this particular interview, Kandi told her side of the story. And this interview came out because I know Angela Yee was the one that did it. And it came off of her page. So this is the reason why I'm not going to show the audio because it's off her page. And I don't want to get, fucked up over that. So we just going to play the audio of it. But this interview came out on July the 29th, 2010. So if you guys are watching this and you're wondering, well, this interview is old. This interview is old. I'm telling you from the very beginning, this is old. So, but we're just doing this as a discussion piece, so you guys can see what's really been said, what's really been going on. Because, like I said, there's been a lot of inconsistent stories, mainly from LaTocha. LaTocha has been telling a lot of inconsistent stories, and when we talk about all of the stuff that's been going on with Xscape, people think that we're taking Kandi's side, either because A, she's popular, B, she's this, or C, in my case, oh, you did an interview with Kandi, so that's why you taking Kandi's side. No, 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 no. No, because I would drag Kandi when need be as well. But no, she hasn't really done anything for me to drag her about at this particular point, only because she's been telling the same story over and over again. There hasn't been any inconsistencies. With Tasha, the story keeps changing. And I actually did a video yesterday that exposed all of those half truths that's been told. However, what we're about to do right now is go into this interview that Kandi did with Angela Yee back in 2010 when she was promoting the third season of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, where she had their red rooster cut that she had back then. Yeah, I wish I could show it, but like I said, being that this was on Angela Yee's platform, her YouTube page, I don't really want to show it because I don't want to get fucked up. I don't want nobody trying to. But then again, I probably can do it. But I'll probably just go in and out with it. You know what I mean? So let's go ahead and get into this interview that she did with Angela Yee, and then we'll be back for more commentary. Let's get into it.
There's gonna be a lot of funny stuff that's gonna happen this year. We're gonna be on air for a longer time too.
Okay, good. So that was my favorite Housewives franchise. So I'm glad that you guys did that. But keep it real, like you really think Kim is a good singer?
You know what? People ask me that all the time. It's like this. I'm not gonna say that she's the best singer in the world, but she pulls the song that I need to do.
Right. Well, you definitely hooked her up with that song before. I would say that. You got me like, right?
Well, because that's the thing. It's like, to me, I feel like if you're a good songwriter or a good producer, you're supposed to be able to write the songs that fit that artist. If you know they're not going to be blowing, then you don't write them something that Whitney Houston's supposed to be singing.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Very
You gotta
true.
do a little
Do that.
You know what I mean? You do cool records that they can just kind of like talk, sing, or just ride the beat or whatever.
Right. And it's interesting to me, like somebody like you who has been successful for so long, ever since you were younger, and you're still very down to earth. And a lot of people aren't. You know, people burn out.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about because it's like being in the industry for a minute. It's like you see people who, like for me, people that sold way more records than I have, but then years later, it's like they don't even have a partner. I'm just like, when somebody look at that, don't.
All right, so that was Kandi talking to Angela Yee about the situation with Xscape and how Xscape broke up and how they were trying to make her seem like she was a slut and sleeping her way to the top. That's what she was trying to clear up with this situation. Now, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. They did make it seem like Kandi was just, sucking and effing her way up to the top. They definitely was making it seem that way. That's what the tea was. Like, oh, Kandi was a slut. Oh, Kandi did this to get to the top. Oh, Kandi did that to get to the top. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what the tea was for a long damn time about them. So we can't necessarily say that was true. As you can see in the interview, Kandi was basically saying the same exact thing that she's saying right now as we are covering all of this stuff with the Xscape thing. See, the reason why it's so important to me to have to go back and look at these older interviews is for me to make it be clear as to why my stance is where it's at. See, it's easy for people to look at me and be like, well, we watch your Real Housewives of Atlanta reviews and we know that you go up for Kandi. So that's the reason why you got the opinion that you do. Or you interview Kandi. So that's the reason why your opinion is what it is. No, it's not. As a person, if you've been watching me for a mighty long time, you should know that I've always said that Xscape was one of my favorite girl groups alongside SWV and alongside TLC. Nobody is better than those three groups. I know a lot of y'all love In Vogue and the Spice Girls and all that other dumb shit, but no, SWV, TLC, Xscape, those are my girls. All three groups are my girls. So I love them. So as a person that's been into Xscape for a mighty long time and know a lot about their history and stuff like that, I've been following them for a long time. Like I mentioned to you guys before in one of my reviews. Like I remember there was I used to read the magazines like Vibe and Sister to Sister and shit like that. Like I even mentioned an old Sister to Sister magazine where Kandi was on the cover, I believe, and she did an interview with Jamie Foster Brown. She definitely did, and she talked about how the group broke up and how they didn't have a lot of money and stuff like that. She definitely said that. And she talked about how LaTocha let them know before the third album that she was going solo. She said it from the very beginning. And she said it in this particular interview. And this interview was 10 years after she said it in Sister to Sister. So to me, it's kind of like, this is why my stance is where it is. This is why when it comes down to LaTocha and the reason why this group broke up and the reason why they're having an issue, I'm on Team Kandi when it comes down to that, because she's been hella consistent. She's been telling the same story for many, many years now. Whereas LaTocha, she don't know why her solo album never came out. It's always one thing. It was Jermaine was leaving Sony. Then it was Michael Malden was the reason. Then it was, Kandi was sleeping around with Jermaine Dupri and she spread her hot pocket open for him. And that's the reason why my solo album didn't come out. And Kandi had this and had that. And all of a sudden, my album didn't come out. But then Kandi's album came out. So that's why mine didn't come out. It's like, girl, which one is it? Did it not come out because of Jermaine Dupri? Did it not come out because of Michael Malden? Or did it not come out because Kandi got a fiery box? Well, not a fiery box. That's not the way to put it. Kandi got a powerful box. So which one is it? Which one is it? You got to let us know which one it is. If you're going to tell the story, you need to be consistent with the story that you tell. Really. Like, you need to be consistent with the story that you tell. That's why it's hard for people to believe anything that you're saying. I just got to be honest with you. So, like I said, as this show continues, I will be doing a lot of Xscape videos. And plus, there's not really a lot going on in the blogs right now anyway. And Xscape is is a hot topic right now with the drama that they got going on, with everything that they're saying in interviews. Everybody is eating it up and everybody wants to know. So with me being a super fan, I have to go back and look at old stuff just so I can prove a point here, because somebody is lying. And that person that's lying is LaTocha, because she don't keep it real. And like I said in the last video, she don't keep it real. She doesn't come across genuine at all. And it's just like, you got to keep it up. Like you gotta be honest with what you're saying. Like, which one is it? Why didn't your solo album come out? And then I just saw a preview for the new episode of the Queens of R&B, which I'll be doing a video about that as well. She did, she's sitting up there talking with Taj about her solo album, and she not even being completely forthcoming about what's really going on between her and Tamika. She just sitting up there like, girl, I'm just like, girl, why are you lying? Like, why are you telling lies? Why are you not being truthful? Why you're not doing that? So I don't know, but the only thing that I can say about LaTocha is that she's not genuine and she's not being honest about the things that she's saying. And another thing that I also want to address is the whole you slept your way to the top or you slept with the boss or whatever. Okay, so Kandi was sleeping around with Jermaine Dupri. Now, in the last video that I did when we were covering her interview with V103, where she was talking about how, well, they had a relationship. Kandi never once said that her and Jermaine Dupri had a relationship. She only said that they hooked up a couple of times and it was never that deep. So basically, from Kandi's vantage point, that nigga wasn't my man. He wasn't my man. He was just some dick that I was riding on. That's all he was. And that was it. But people always criticize Kandi for sleeping with Jermaine. But we don't say anything about LaTocha sleeping with Rocky. And he was their manager at one point in time. So one could possibly say that Rocky being LaTocha's manager was a way for things to go into her favor a lot of the times, which caused a lot of the issues in the group. Let's not forget Tamika on this upcoming episode of the Queens of R&B this Sunday, when she goes at it with her mother once more. She says her husband is always in our business. Her husband has always been the reason why they had a lot of issues, because he did get in their business. He was trying to make it seem like LaTocha was the Beyonce of the group, which I keep on saying she could never be a Beyonce of the group. If anything, she's the Effie White of the damn group. That's what she is. She's not no damn Beyonce. It ain't got nothing to do with her looks, because she's not an ugly woman. It ain't got nothing to do with her weight either, because she's lost a lot of it. She don't have the star power or the star quality to be a damn Beyonce. Some people are better off working in the group. You know what I mean? And a lot of groups are better together than they are apart. There's very rare instances where there's a certain member of a group that can go solo and do well with it. Look at the Pussycat Dolls. That girl, Nicole. She thought she was so much better than the group that she decided to go solo. Didn't nobody buy this shit. Didn't nobody want to hear her by herself. Coco went solo after SWV broke up and nobody wanted to hear that shit. Now, Sunshine is my song, but didn't nobody want to hear that outside of that. Didn't nobody want to hear her by herself. A lot of these people in groups, they get the big head and shit like that, and they feel like, okay, I'm gonna go solo because I got the best voice in the group. She giving, like I said, LaTocha gives a whole lot of Effie White, like, I got the voice. You can't put me in the background. You don't have to be in the background, but a solo album doesn't always work. Now, here's another thing. I'm not the type of person that just, piss on somebody else's dream. Because like I said, even with TLC, Left Eye wanted to go solo. TLC was more so of an R&B, hip hop, and pop group. There may be some things that Left Eye wanted to do musically that she could not do freely in TLC, because again, when you're working with a group, you got to do what's best for the group. I always bring up Boys Night Out with my group of guys, like me, T, Jamar, Josiah, and Maddie. We have to discuss things. Some things that I may want to do, everybody else don't want to do it. So that's why we all have our own platforms and we have the freedom to do whatever we want to do. But as a group, we have to be cohesive and we have to do things, or sometimes meet in the middle so everybody can be happy about doing certain things. When you're in a group, you're limited in a sense. So you can't be free in a group sometimes. So Left Eye wanted to do a solo album so she could get her own ideas out creatively, because that was the issue that she was having when she was in TLC when they were doing their third album, not Full Moon, I'm thinking about Brandy, Fan Mail. Her ideas wasn't coming to play because the other two didn't want to do it. Like, let's be for real. I'm not trying to turn this into a TLC interview. I mean, TLC video either, but let's go down the basis of it all. Where My Girl's At by 702 was actually supposed to be a TLC song, but Left Eye wanted the song. The other two didn't want the song. Heartbreak Hotel by Whitney Houston, that was also a song that was supposedly given to TLC, but they didn't want it. However, Left Eye wanted the song, but the other two didn't want it. So it's just like sometimes you do want to do things for your own self to get your own creative ideas out. But Left Eye never wanted to lead a group. LaTocha thinks she's bigger and better than a group, and she's not. Like I keep on telling y'all, the only thing that's bigger than a group is her damn head, because her head is big as fuck, and it fits her ego. So I don't know, but that's all I really got for this particular video. What do you guys think about this? Because like I said before, the reason why it's so important to go back to older interviews is just so you can bring up what's going on, what was said in the past, and what's now being said in the present. That's the reason why I'm doing these. And like I said, you guys are enjoying it, and that's why I'm going to continue to do it. With that being said, you guys, this be your boy Scotty by Nature TV. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, and share this video. And also click on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever a video drops. If you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter, Instagram, and my TikTok will be down below in the description box. With that being said, you guys, I'm out of here. If you're watching the premiere, please leave blue hearts in the chat for Danita Rashawn, who is no longer with us. Okay, you guys, I'm out of here. Until the next video, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Tremel. I just wanted to say that I have a new project that's out. It's called Mixed Feelings. It's on all streaming platforms. I would hope that you would go and check it out. It's a really good feel of an album. It's got everything you need and more. It's got R&B, it's got a little bit of pop, it's got a little bit of hip hop. It's everything that you need and more. It's out all streaming platforms, like I said. Please check me out, and you can also follow me at IAM_Tremel. That's IAM_TRAMEL. Check me out. I hope to hear from you.